Good Friday evening, sports fans, and welcome to Freedom High School, the site for tonight's Northeastern Conference boys basketball matchup between the visiting Wrightstown Tigers and the host Freedom Irish. I'm Ricardo Arguello, hanging out as always with Brett Christopherson and Jim Rosandick. We're part of the USA Today Network Wisconsin digital live stream team, doing our first basketball game of the winter season. It's a different winter season. We'll talk about that at length in just a bit, but these two teams coming in, the rivalry we all know about, it encompasses more than just basketball, but throughout the whole wide range of sports. Brett, anytime these two teams meet, it's going to be a battle. I hate to sound cliche, but sometimes cliches become cliches because it's true.
Yeah. Well, first of all, good to be with you and Jim Rosandick. Nice to be inside now for the winter. Although it's nice weather out there.
It is.
Knock on wood. I hope Mother Nature continues to play nice. But wasn't that long ago when we saw Wrightstown and Freedom take each other on in football, and that ended up going into overtime, Freedom winning that one on a field goal. And I expect this one is going to be close again tonight. It usually is. I have it in my game notes what happened last year. There were two really close battles that went right down to the end. But these are two front runners in the Northeastern Conference. I know Wrightstown, ranked pretty high. I want to say preseason number 7 by Mark Miller of with Sports.net, the longtime friend of ours, Wisconsin basketball yearbook editor. Freedom, I'm sure just on the edge looking up. They're close to being a top 10 team, both with wins to start off the season. And, yeah, very unique, but actually a pretty decent crowd considering I believe there are, 2 fans per player. So normally, as we know, guys, on a night like tonight, Friday night, Freedom Wrightstown, it would be jam-packed. The band would be here pumping. The student section would be going bananas. But it is what it is, as 2020, thankfully, mercifully is coming to an end here soon. So, but this is going to be fun. Great to be back at it. And let's hope that we have a fun slate of live streams from now until the end of basketball season, and then we're going to pick it up with football again for the spring season. So we're going to keep plenty busy.
Yeah, Brett will talk about very shortly about the upcoming games that we have. It's going to be a very active and fun December as we close out the 2020 year. Again, Jim Rosandick is bringing you those high-definition shots. We're up here in the press box here at Freedom High School. I want to thank Linda Olson for helping us out with the logistic part of this. Again, I'm Ricardo Arguello, hanging out with Brett Christopherson. USA Today Network Wisconsin, we are bringing you this Wrightstown versus Freedom boys basketball matchup. I'll start off with some Freedom notes. These game notes, I should say, put together by Brett Christopherson. He'll finish it off with some Wrightstown notes. But first, Freedom coming off a 66-33 season opening win over Clintonville. That was this Tuesday in a Northeastern Conference matchup here at Freedom. So 4 players scored in double figures to pace the Irish. Austin Peterson, game-high 14 points. He led the way. Peterson was 6 of 6 from the field and 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Complete a perfect game shooting-wise. He also finished with a team-high 8 rebounds. He also added 2 assists and 2 steals, so a good overall game for Peterson. Austin Balk, Landon Van Kalster, and Brett, am I saying this right? Trevor Rupiper scored 12 points apiece for Freedom, so a trio of kids accounting for 36 points for Freedom. They built a 33-19 halftime lead over the Truckers. Balk was 5 of 6 from the floor, finished with 7 assists, while Van Kalster knocked down a pair of three-pointers and added 4 rebounds, 4 assists. Rupiper was also perfect 6 for 6 from the floor. And overall, the Irish shot 58% and recorded 21 assists and 10 steals. So heck of a game for Freedom to start off the season. Their next game is at Wapaka next Thursday in the Northeastern Conference matchup. Tip-off there is set for 7 o'clock. Brett, those 7th-ranked Tigers, you mentioned them earlier. What can you tell me about them?
Yeah, the Tigers ranked 7th in the preseason in Division III, as I mentioned, by WisSports.net basketball guru Mark Miller. They're coming off a hard-fought 81-80 overtime victory over Brilliant on Tuesday. That was a non-conference season opener over at Wrightstown. Matthew Hansen scored what proved to be the game-winning basket with just 3 seconds remaining in overtime to lift Wrightstown past Brilliant. Joe Hella paced the Tigers with 21 points on 10 of 16 shooting. He also grabbed a team-high 15 rebounds. Jack Van Zeelen was next with 19 points on 8 of 15 shooting. He added 7 assists. Hansen finished with 16 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists. He also knocked down 4 three-pointers, and his 7 boards matched Jared Pelishik's total to lead the team. Jake Van Zeeland tacked on 15 points on 7 of 10 shooting. He also added 6 rebounds and 4 assists. Overall, Wrightstown shot 49%, pulled down 38 rebounds, and tallied 26 assists. The Tigers closed out the first half of, against Brillion with a 15-2 run to lead 45-37 at the break. And Wrightstown next for them. Home against FEL on Tuesday. That is a Northeastern Conference matchup. Tip-off is set for 7 p.m. Normally I would do team stats. They've only had one game. We just sort of mentioned the team stats based on how the individuals played. So looking forward to this one, and looking forward again to a fun slate of boys and girls basketball. I'll tell everybody later on in the webcast what games we have coming up. We have kind of a nice slate of games that take us into Christmas break, although, as I was telling you guys before, there is a game, or one game in particular, I think it's on the girls' side. I'd have to double check the week before Christmas and New Year. So hopefully, maybe you guys can maybe be freed up to live stream another game. I say let's keep pumping them out, especially with limited fans. We already have a nice viewing audience tonight watching on postcrescent.com and greenbaypressgazette.com, so why not do as many of these as we can?
You know, Brett, you were talking about those Wrightstown kids, and the same thing with Freedom. You see a lot of football players on the team, my friend.
Sure, yep.
You know, Pelishek, Van Zeeland. I'm looking at the roster here. Hansen, of course, the quarterback. Correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't he the quarterback?
Matthew Hansen, yes.
Yeah. And then one kid that didn't play but should be, I'm not sure if he will play, is Sam Hayes, son of Corey Hayes. I know he had some lingering, some things, some bumps and bruises from the football season that he was trying to work through. I'm going to check up. I know I was texting Corey on that.
I'm guessing he's playing tonight.
Yeah, he said he's been battling a groin injury the past 5 weeks. He's resting now, get it healthy to compete. He won't be out long, but I'm not sure if that means he's back this week. But that's a big – either way, if he's out, it's a big thing. If he's in, it's a big thing for Wrightstown. So something to kind of keep an eye on here when the game starts, if Sam Hayes will actually play. One of our Fab Five. I'll talk about that.
Yeah.
I'll talk about that at the halftime, our Fab Five shoot, or our Fab Five digital showcase of the top senior boys and girls basketball players will be completed sometime this month. Our main man, Jim Rosandick, is going to put those together as we're finishing up the photo and video shooting over these last 2 Wednesdays.
Well, again, you said it before, Ricardo. Thank you again to Linda Olson, the athletic director. There was some juggling that had to go on, and that we're going to run into that all season long, and maybe Rosie can get a shot. The bleachers in front of us or the bleachers behind the benches, they're not going to be pulled out this season, and you can kind of see Rosie's going to get a good camera shot. There's the bench. It's all spread out. It's not a true seat-to-seat bench, socially distanced right now as we all continue to deal with COVID-19. So the bleachers in front of us are pulled in. Bleachers opposite are pulled out. And just the configurations and gyms are going to make it a little challenging to set stuff like this up. But Linda worked so well with us, and so did Coach John Myron of Freedom. So we appreciate her and him for letting us be here tonight. And again, we're very lucky. We've got a lot of good athletic directors that we deal with all up and down throughout the Fox Valley and even central Wisconsin as well.
So we're expecting a good one here at Freedom. Again, the visiting Wrightstown Tigers and the host Freedom Irish. Northeastern Conference showdown really in the first, couple of weeks of the season here. So nice to have a game of this magnitude played early.
I see Sam Hayes shooting a free throw right now, so he's dressed, ready to go.
That's a big plus for Wrightstown, Brett. You know, you mentioned them. Is that the game you said they beat Brilliant 81-80?
81-80 when he didn't play. What a game that was.
Yeah, give it up for Brilliant. I think they might be having a little bit of a rebound season.
Well, they did in football.
They did in football, and not since the Pete Kittle days has that team been, at a high playoff level.
Right.
Maybe that's the case this year, and that'll be nice because the matchups between Wrightstown and Brilliant were kind of epic back in the day, Brett.
Well, that was a great rivalry back when they were in the
Brilliant and Little Shoot, Brett.
Well, Wrightstown and Brilliant, though, used to be in the same Olympian Conference, so that was a really big rival, along with Wrightstown and Freedom, because that goes back to the old Olympian Conference days as well. So I'm trying to remember the young man for Brilliant who had 33 in that game against Wrightstown. Lawrence, I believe.
Jared Lawrence.
Jared Lawrence, yeah. So watch out for him. And I think he's maybe a junior, sophomore, junior. He's not a senior, I don't believe. So, a player to watch here this season for the Lions.
Seconds away from the start of tonight's game. Again, Brett, they don't have the jump ball this year.
Yeah, there's going to be some things to get used to. And they added another 30-second timeout.
They did. Just passed today.
Today,
Brett.
so immediate. And that's to help, I guess, with the players wearing masks, and it's just fatigue maybe setting in just because they are masked. Just another additional timeout. There'll be timeouts, 30-second timeouts added each half, but you have to use it or lose it. That timeout, that extra timeout, won't carry over to the second half. So first half will have 3 fulls, 3 30s. Everybody masked up, socially distanced, and we're ready to go.
Ready to start or to announce the starting lineups, BC, as we get ready for tonight's Wrightstown Freedom matchup. Pelishek will start at guard for the Tigers. Jack Van Zeelen also starting, as well as Matt Hansen. Jacob Van Zeelen, so Jack and Jacob, and then the big guy in the middle, Joe Hella, rounds out the Wrightstown Tigers starting lineup.
Sam
Brett.
Hayes, Ricardo not starting tonight, so maybe limited. We'll see.
Yep. We see the starting lineup for Freedom: Austin Balk, Austin Peterson, Blake Courts, Landon Valcaster, and Jaden Benke. Those are your starting 5 again for Freedom. And Brett, as Brett mentioned, expecting to see Sam Hayes hopefully in the game. One of my Fab 5 preseason, I should say top senior players. I don't want to call it preseason because we're in the season right now. Brett, what do you think of the starting tip, opening tip?
I think you could have, I don't know. I mean, what do I think of a lot of things right now? I don't know what to think anymore, but I guess safety being of the utmost, you do what you have to do. I'm not going to disparage it by any stretch. How about you?
I think it's fine. I think it's a little bit of a tweak, but it's not that big of a deal, as you know the teams alternate positions anyway, right? As Wrightstown will start with possession. In the grand scheme of things, Brett, only a minor thing.
Nothing to get all up in arms about. I know there were some folks that were griping about it, but let's just get through this, and we'll get back to normal sooner than later. There's a jumper.
Hansen.
Yep. And there's Van Kelster bringing it up, number 30. He's been a big part of this offense and a big part of this team for John Myron, boy, since his freshman year.
Shot put up. That was Freedom's three-point attempt as we're just underway here. Hella. To Van Zielen. Pelishek to Hansen.
It's going to be hard to, Ricardo, know these kids' faces with these masks on.
Little bit.
Nice patience by Wrightstown, not forcing the issue. Good defense, conversely, by the Irish. You can hear the fans clapping, almost a turnover.
No shot clock, as we know in high school, Brett.
Nothing wrong with some patience here, and you can hear that Freedom, the Freedom fans across from us clapping on the defense here.
Arms are getting a workout here, Brett,
Long
for the
possession,
Tigers.
yeah.
As Hansen.
There's your front turnover as Van Kelster grabs it. It was like triple team. Outlet pass to Balk. He's going to go up. Nice little hesitation. There's your first bucket of the night. And already a timeout for the Tigers. We'll fix that camera clock here in a second. Did you bump it, Ricardo?
I think I might have bumped it. I'm sorry, Rosie. I think I might have hit it with my big size.
You're worse than a kid.
You're
worse
big
than
size,
a little kid.
My big size 12 shoe. Sorry, Rosie. I bumped it there. Sometimes I feel like I got clown feet. Sorry about that.
Rosie will take care of that. But an early timeout, Ricardo, for the Tigers, talking things over.
Wrightstown with possession as Hansen brings it up. Down 2-0 early here at Freedom High School. Visiting Tigers and the host Freedom Irish. Again, we play 18-minute halves at the high school level. The switch from the four-quarter setup. Hansen double teamed by the baseline. Van Zielen up, no good, and it's going to be fouled. I believe that's going to be on Van Kelster. Jacob Van Zielen will shoot two. First one up and good for Van Zielen. 15:34 left here in the first half. Just underway, Freedom High School visiting Wrightstown Tigers, host Freedom Irish, Northeastern Conference matchup. First live stream of the year for USA Today Network Wisconsin. We love it, Brett.
Absolutely. Always a fun time of season, seeing these teams. We're going to see, again, a really nice slate of games featuring many of our top teams in the areas. Van Kelster pops it from distance, no good. Nice rebound by Hansen.
Hansen with 2 rebounds already as he's bringing it up court. Van Zielen off to the corner.
Ooh. Good hands by number 33 for the Tigers, Joe Hella. And he's fouled on the grab.
Joe Hella, 6'4" senior, big kid.
Austin Peterson picks up the foul. So 2 team fouls, Ricardo, for the Irish. Nothing yet for the Tigers.
Hansen, no good on the 3, but look at Van Zielen going up for him and Balk get into it. And it's a jump ball, and possession goes, alternating possession goes to Freedom.
Nice, just nice toughness by Balk to get his arms wrapped around that basketball, force the alternate possession so they have it. And some full court, token full court pressure, I guess, by the Tigers as Van Kelster brings it up.
Brett, that's a nice play by Balk. You know, that won't show up in the the box score, but that's a big play.
Hustle play. Trying to play a little
Speaking
high.
of hustle,
yeah, trying to play a little high-low, but good defense. Was that number 4 for the Jack Van Zeelen?
Hansen. Van Zeelen.
To Van Zeelen. Try to get your Van Zeelen straight, Ricardo.
I will try. There's Jake and Jack. Jack's number 4. Jake's number 21. Nice push off. That's going to be called an offensive foul. And Jack did push off on Balk, Brett. Balk playing the good defense.
Yeah, he is. Kind of one of those. He's one of those players that you love to have on your team, but
he's annoying.
Hate to go against.
He's
right?
annoying.
Yeah.
If you're an opposing player, but you love him, he's on your team.
I was impressed with what he showed on the football field this year.
Yeah.
Nice player for Coach Frank Mattia and the Irish, and you're seeing it here in the early stages. 2 nice plays. Again, as Ricardo said, that won't show up in the box score, but make a difference in the difference between winning games and losing games, because I think we're all in agreement that this game's going to be pretty close. So those are the plays that could lead to the W. Good defense by Wrightstown as Van Calster. They're going to count the basket.
Wow.
Strong move and using the glass. Hayes, Ricardo, on the floor and picks up his first foul, Sam Hayes. So good to see him out there again, and Van Calster looking for the 3-point play. Look at Landon Van Calster, 6'7" junior forward, and he's really filled out.
5-2 lead for Freedom, Brett.
Remember him as a freshman. I don't remember how tall he was, but definitely thinner, which makes sense as coming from middle school to the varsity level. But you can tell he's put in a lot of time, a lot of work, and he's a big, strong kid.
Hayes taking it from 3 off the back of the board. Doesn't even hit rim as Van Calster.
Wonder how rusty he might be because he didn't play in that game against Brilliant. So it might take a few shots to knock the rust off a little bit. No looker by Balk, and now Balk has it again at the top. Gets in the face. Tough jumper. Good shot. Hansen with the rebound, just too strong. 5-2, Freedom with the lead. 13 minutes to go here in the opening half. First varsity game of the week, prep basketball live stream of the season. That was Justin Lamers on the miss for Wrightstown. Balk. Ooh, he's tripped. Wow. A lot of contact there. You can hear the fans on both sides. They want a whistle. Oh, and there's going to be an offensive foul.
2 fouls on Hayes right away, Brett.
Yeah, good defense by Van Calster. He got in front real quick, and Hayes kind of in no man's land at that point.
Hayes will be checking out, Brett, as they're bringing in number 24, Owen Ratkowski.
See Hayes frustrated as he takes a seat on the bench. And you can hear Corey Hayes, Sam's father, longtime coach at Wrightstown, saying he didn't lower his shoulder, trying to talk things over with the official. I've never seen an official change his mind, though, when a coach gets in his ear.
The first time will be the actual first time I've ever seen that.
Some frustration by Coach Corey Hayes. Got some notes on him. He's been at Wrightstown a long time. Really nice program he has. And speaking of athletic directors, his brother Craig on the bench as an assistant, but the athletic director there, great guy to work with as well. As Balk with the triple. And a great start for the Irish. Balk with 5 quick points.
Hansen. He has 3 rebounds already for the Tigers. The Tigers have not shot well from the field. I want to say they've started 0 for 5, Brett. Their 2 points came on free throws.
Yeah, by Jake Van Zeelen. Tough. Look at Hella. Good hands and gets it to fall. Nice little touch by the big guy inside. That's like you.
Oh, no, I'm a big guy, Brett, but I like shooting from the outside. I'm like Sam Perkins back in the day.
You like shooting from the outside, but you're not good at shooting from the
No,
outside.
I'm terrible, but I like throwing it up, baby.
Oh, we'll have to talk about those epic around-the-world office battles. Offensive rebound gives Freedom a second opportunity. As Van Calster, tough take, and he's going to lay it in. Found a seam in the lane. He just showing his aggressiveness. Easy bucket for Van Calster. He's got 5.
Look at those quick hands. Again, Freedom's defense.
Very active.
Very active. That was Peterson, the 6'4" senior forward for the Irish, Brett. Not just are they active and quick, but they're very astute at keeping their hands in the lanes and making sure everything's difficult for the Tigers on offense.
Squaring up, too, I've noticed. Real good technique and footwork as well, sliding, not getting off their feet, caught in any sort of ball fakes or shot fakes.
Oh, look at Bulk again.
Trying to get the steal. Boy, a lot of hands down there. Refs keeping it well. Johnny on the spot there as the ball squirts through, and that's Pelishek. He's got a bucket. Not catching why the action was stopped. But Pelishek with his first bucket of the game. 10-6 lead for Freedom. Again, showing some token pressure as Van Calster brings it up the floor. Wrightstown fans wanting a foul. Instead, they're going to get a call against their one of their guys. Number 24 picks up the foul. Owen Redkowski, a 6'1" junior. That's 4 team fouls now. Ricardo for Wrightstown, just 2 for the Irish.
Really impressed with Van Calster as he pops from 3. That one's no good. And
wow.
Not an over-the-back call, Brett. I thought there was one there.
I did too. Good box out. That's number 3, Jared Pelishek, one of the running backs in that 3-pronged attack for Steve Klister. It was Pelishek, Quincy Klister,
Logan Kale.
Klister
and Kale both standout wrestlers for the Tigers.
Defending state champions. Boy, you talk about 2 wrestling schools with great tradition, Freedom and Wrightstown.
Actually, Freedom won it the year before.
Yeah, Northeastern Conference. They don't take a back seat.
Oh, beautiful pass inside. Can't finish.
They don't take a back seat to anybody when it comes to athletics. How about Trevor Rupiper grabbing the rebound? 6'5", long frame for John Myron and the Irish. Is Van Calster. Tough take. They're going to call offensive foul.
That has to be.
And that's his second.
Van Calster second. Wow. Well, they're being consistent, Brett. You know, the player control fouls there. Van Calster has to take a seat. 10-6 lead for Freedom. 9:54 left here in the first half.
But to finish that thought, a lot of good athletics in this conference.
Love it. It's one of my favorite conferences.
Yes.
Definitely one of the best D2 or D3, D4 conferences.
Absolutely. Track and field is excellent. Baseball, softball, up and down the line. Cross country, yeah.
Last year for Wrightstown, remember, Brett, their boys team made it to the. I mean, they were sectional final.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't know what was going to happen. The girls' team won their. In fact, that was the last game I covered in March. Was the girls' big win at the semifinal level at state. So they finished, in the championship game. Of course, the girls' basketball tournament was then canceled, and then we know that the wrestling team won the state title. So we could have potentially had 3 state champions for Wrightstown as that basket, that 3-pointer, I should say. I want to say, was that Pelishek?
Jack Van Zeelen, number 4, from the corner. Yeah, it was a great winter, and Freedom had a really nice fall. But we talk about that with this conference, and particularly this area. Look at that. Tyson Lonegro spotting up and knocking down a triple. That's the second 3-pointer of the night for Freedom. But that pocket between Wrightstown, Freedom, and Little Chute, and even FVL, all within such a really close proximity, makes for some really nice rivalries.
And you'd think it would make for a kind of no-brainer conference. but we'll talk. Well, maybe we'll talk about that, and maybe we won't.
Ooh. Good job to reset as Hella guarded closely by Ryan Eckes. How about that off the bench? A 6'9" forward. So some length for John Myron. You bumping that camera again?
No. I was just checking the viewership. Brett, I'm very curious. I'm curious as a cat.
Eckes picks up his first. Oh, and knocked it away on the inbound.
The big kid.
Yeah, and look at him get up the floor really fast.
Eckes causing that turnover. That's the third turnover, by the way, for Wrightstown. Again, Hayes is out with foul trouble. So is Van Kalster for Freedom.
Rupiper was trying to call for it in the post, looking for position. That's Rupiper, about 16-footer. Nice. His first bucket of the game. Good patience on offense, and I like Rupiper hunting his shot. Found it, worked off that screen, wide open from 16 feet, knocks it down.
Rupiper, 6'5", senior forward.
Yeah, this Freedom team's got some size. There's Hansen, and he's fouled by, looks like number 10, Jace Midbon. And a 30-second timeout coming for John Myron and the Irish. Remember, again, just today, WIA had its Board of Control meeting and an extra 30-second timeout now added to high school basketball just to, give these kids a little bit more of a breather since they're wearing masks. I think it's a great move, no big deal. But again, you have to use it in the first half. You get one each half. If you don't use it in the first half, you can't carry it over. So
use it or lose it.
Use it or lose it. And John Myron using that 30-second timeout here with 7:46 to play. Up 6.
It's kind of like our vacation at work. Use it or lose it.
Ooh. Well, I'm going to be losing some.
15-9, Freedom lead over Wrightstown. 7:46 left here in the first half. Very competitive game. It's Hansen. Thought about taking that three.
Ooh, tough shot, but it's too many arms, too much length there. Knocking it away, and Freedom with the turnover. And
hey, nice play there by Midbone, though.
That's Peterson, missed. Good look, though. But there are times defensively it feels like there's like 6 players out there for the Irish. They're all over the place. Tough for Wrightstown right now to really get into a rhythm. Ooh.
Oh.
That's
Jack Van Zielen.
Yeah, his second three-pointer of the night. He's got 6.
Can't finish. That's number 12 for Freedom. That's Peterson.
Ooh, almost a steal. Tough.
Putting it up. No good. But for Wrightstown, that's Jacob Van Zielen. He'll go to the line to shoot 2, Brett.
Rupiper picks up his first personal. That's 16 fouls now for the Irish, 4 for Wrightstown. And Jake Van Zielen, he's 2 for 2 from the stripe so far tonight. Make it 3 for 3. All 3 points for Jake coming from the free throw line.
Wrightstown doing a good job of whittling away at that lead, Brett. It was 8-2 at one point. Now Van Zielen can get him to within 1.
And he does. So 4 of 4 from the free throw line is Jake Van Zielen. 1-point game, Ricardo. You can hear now the Wrightstown fans across from us clapping their hands. A little tough take by Ball, kicks it out. Nice ball movement, 3 from the top, no good. That was a pretty good look.
That'll be a foul.
That was Jaden Benke with a nice look. And that's going to be the 7th now for Freedom. So bonus coming up for the Wrightstown Tigers. And that's the 2nd for Austin Peterson. Peterson quiet tonight. Nothing in the scorebook yet. And now Jake Van Zielen at the line again.
Can tie this one up with 6:31 left here in the first half.
Yeah, Peterson's going to check out with those 2 fouls. So Van Kalster, Ricardo, and Austin Peterson, 2 key guys for the Irish on the bench with 2 fouls apiece.
J.C. Midbon checking in for Freedom.
And Jake Van Zielen keeps that perfect streak going from the line. 5 of 5 so far, all 5 of his points from the stripe.
Tigers could take the lead here, Brett, first time since the opening minute or so.
Can't say tip-off, right?
No.
And
Drains them both.
yeah. You know what? Hey, every year I say it, right? Free throw shooting.
Yeah. Brett, Wrightstown on a 7-0 run.
Love good free throw shooting. Balk's going to spot up from the wing. Buries it. Wow. His second 3. He's got 8. And that is a short-lived lead for the Tigers because Freedom now up 18-16. Ball almost with the steal.
Brett, I talked about those quick hands.
Oh, wow.
But it was touched. Okay.
Okay.
Whoa, that's a bad call because that was clearly touched, Brett, by Balk going the other way. And they're calling the over and back on Wrightstown. Rosie, you saw that, didn't you, my friend?
I was looking at Coach Hayes. He didn't argue it too much. I don't know.
Unless there wasn't a foul called.
Well, good vision, good ball movement again for the Irish. That one just off target. That was Blake Courts with the miss from the corner, number 14. See if they can get Hella involved here a little bit from the block. Big body underneath for the Tigers, going back and forth with Rue Piper. That's a pretty good battle underneath.
They're paying a lot of attention to Hansen, Brett. Every time he goes to the wing, they're doubling him once he gets down there in the corner. Patient on offense are the Tigers. You see Hella down there working hard.
Oh, nice pass to Hella. Good hands. He's going to kick it out, though. And
Hansen,
good patience. Here's the matchup. Rue Piper against Hella. Hella going to try to back in, use a glass. He's fouled. Good move by the big fella. And Rue Piper, that's his second. I was just kind of watching those two isolating on Hella and Rue Piper. Just a good battle. Neither one really giving an inch.
Kind of a lost art, Brett, that kind of footwork down low that you see. Everyone wants to be 6'10", like 6'11", and shooting out at the perimeter.
It was a good aggressive take by Hella, but Rue Piper really playing some pretty good defense underneath. Hella, 6'4" senior. Rue Piper, 6'5" senior. And now Rue Piper has to take a bench as well, so foul trouble's starting to build up for the Irish. Peterson, Van Kalster, and Rue Piper with 2 fouls apiece as Hella misses on both, but Matthew Hansen, yeah.
And then turns it over. That's the 5th turnover for Wrightstown as Balk have a dangerous pass back to the outside as Van Kalster's back there.
Whoa.
Missed badly on that one.
And playing with 2 fouls. Hansen, no hesitation. And Balk gets the Balk had the rebound, and what are we going to call here?
The referees are looking at each other. That's odd that the referee from behind makes that call. Brett, am I being critical of the referees?
Well, better you than me, because you can get all the hate emails.
Okay.
I know you love those.
4:18 left here in the first period. First half, I should say. Ball stays with Wrightstown.
Oh, wow. Working off the screen, wide open. How about that? How about that? Jack Van Zielen, his 3rd three-pointer of the game. Great inbound play. He was wide open. He's got 3 triples, 9 points. And the Tigers now back on top, and Van Kalster, is he fouled? Looks like it. So that'll be Wrightstown's 5th. Looking at the team fouls, 8 for Freedom, now 5 for Wrightstown with 4 minutes to play here in this first half. And that's going to go against Jake Van Zeelen, his first.
Four minutes left here in the first half. 19-18 lead for Wrightstown over Freedom. Van Kalster. And they're going to call a foul on Jacob Van Zeelen.
Yeah, his second now, and that's the 16th foul.
Ball getting it inside. And that's up and good. That's Courts.
His first bucket of the night, and back to an Irish advantage by 1. That was Hansen too strong.
No good. Balk with the rebound.
Oh, good look.
Well, no look pass that goes out of bounds off a Wrightstown player. Possession will stay with Freedom with 3:28 left here in the first half, as we have a timeout called by Myron and the Irish. Brett, very good competitive game. Wrightstown foul away from being, or from the bonus, I guess you could say.
Well, we knew it was going to be close, and that is a good segue into what these two teams did last year. Wrightstown won both of those meetings last season on its way to a Northeastern Conference championship, its third straight outright or shared league title. Both of those games, Ricardo, intense, close battles. Wrightstown won the first meeting 53-50 at Wrightstown. The Tigers then followed that up with a 62-60 victory right here. Of course, Wrightstown ended up, as you said, advancing to the WIA Division III sectional final, where it was scheduled to face Sheboygan Falls with a trip to the state tournament on the line, but COVID-19 canceled that game on ultimately and unfortunately the state tournament. The Tigers 24-1 on the season. Freedom 20-4 last year. The Irish advanced as far as the regional finals before being turned back by Xavier 65-57. The Hawks then went on to fall to Wrightstown in a sectional semifinal. That was a game that we streamed over at Brilliant High School. Ended up being our last high school basketball stream of the year. We were kind of expecting to do a couple more, and unfortunately, COVID said nope.
COVID had other plans.
Nice look inside, and that's number 3, Pelishek. And now the Tigers with the lead.
Nearing the 3-minute mark now in the first half. Again, the game very recently has been trading off leads as Ball.
Wow, is he having a half? He's got 10. And how about battling a little traffic there, high off the glass, falls through. Nice little touch by Austin Balk.
Again, one thing to watch, Van Kalster with 2 fouls, Brett. Nice look inside.
Yeah, running some good offense there. That's Retkowski, his first bucket. And both teams trading buckets and leads. Now it's Wrightstown with the advantage. Boy, Balk so quick on his feet.
Yes. Balk with a quick first step, Brett. As we have a foul, it'll be the 7th for Wrightstown. And shooting 2 for Freedom. Jace Midbon, or I want to say JC Midbon.
Midbon looking for his first points of the night. No good on the first. According to my scorebook, that's only the second free throw attempt of the half for Freedom.
Midbon looking to tie this one up. Free throws up and good. We're all tied up at 23 with 2:22 and counting left in the first half. Wrightstown and Freedom.
Yeah, Wrightstown, 3 straight league titles, shared or outright. How about that take? Good defense collapsing underneath as Justin Lamer is going hard to the rim. Closed out quickly underneath. Tigers 17-1 in league play last year. And how about that? Jaden Benke, his first basket, and it's a triple.
Nice assist there by Balkbrek because he had the defense collapsing on him, able to kick it out for that three-point attempt or three-point goal.
Freedom wanting an over and back, but the official said it was
tipped.
tipped. Oh, good defense. That's Midbon with the steal. And now Midbon on the assist from Van Calster. And a little off on that 3-ball attempt. Yeah, Tigers 17-1 in the NEC last year. Freedom was next at 16-2. The year before, if you remember, that was a 3-way tie for the league championship. Wrightstown, Freedom, and Denmark, 15-3 marks. And then Wrightstown edged Marinette for the NEC top spot in 2018, going 16-2 in league play. The Marines were 15-3. So Luxembourg Casca was the last team other than Wrightstown, Freedom, or Denmark to win the NEC. That was back in 2017 as the Spartans went 17-1 to capture the league title. Hansen, a tough take, and that just is knocked out of bounds with a minute to play. And you wonder if you're Corey Hayes and the Tigers, do you want to try to play for one last shot?
I think Hansen was looking for a foul there, Brett, kind of shaking his head a little bit in despair.
That's going to be a quick 3. Good look, and gets it to fall using every inch of the iron. That was Lamers. Justin Lamers with his first bucket, and now Freedom with a chance to hold for the last shot.
Brett, can we call that a friendly roll?
Oh, good soft rims. You got to love it if you're a shooter. Balk, nice look inside. Just can't get it to fall. That was Blake Courts taking the feed, just couldn't get it to lay it in.
Yeah, you got to finish that, though. Balk did a great job of recognizing the open man, just not able to finish on that offensive possession.
So with 25 seconds of play, knocked away by Benke. Jaden Benke, a 6'4" senior forward. Well, you can hear both coaches.
That's what you get here.
Directing traffic, intense guys, Corey Hayes and John Myron, longtime coaches.
You get the COVID situation, Brett. Everything is audible.
Here we go, 5 seconds to go. Hansen going to kick it out to the corner, rims out. That was Mason Mattis with a pretty good look. The 5'9" junior couldn't get it to fall. And that's how the first half will come to a close. Great first half of basketball. Would you expect anything less than a 26-26 tie between these two teams?
Getting about what we thought. So I will tweet that out, Brett, by the way, that we're tied up here.
How's everybody doing? Everybody in the game, in basketball shape, Rosie, or does it take a little getting used to? Not too bad? It's like riding a bike, right? Nice thing, Ricardo, for Rosie's sake, is he doesn't have to set up outside and be chilly. Be sure to follow Ricardo on Twitter at PC Ricardo. I'm at PC Brettsy. Jim Rosandick is at Metal Rosie. That's METALROSIE. Just got a text from a buddy of mine. Kimberly girls up 38-6 at the half against Fond du Lac. And look at this, Marquette. Is that a final? Marquette beat the Badgers tonight, 67-65.
Ring out a Hoya.
That's a big win for Steve Wojciechowski and the Golden Eagles. And not to knock Badger fans, but you know that's what you get when you're playing some of the teams they were taking on. Boy, there was some ridiculous opponents, and they finally meet somebody with a little quality behind it, and it's a tough game, but a good learning experience for Greg Gard. I know Virginia was in overtime against Kent State. Boy, they're struggling a little bit out of the chute as well. So it's just going to be kind of one of those years until these teams kind of get their legs under them. I'm going to add up the first half scoring here in a second.
Yeah, I'm going to start off with Brett. I'm just trying to compile the names here for my Fab 5 because I forgot to bring the sheet along. That's our top 5 seniors, both boys and girls basketball, to kind of keep track of this season. Obviously, we had this ranges from up in the Green Bay area down to the Fond du Lac area, so up and down the valley. So there's plenty of players that I'm sure I could have put on this team. It was a tough decision to narrow it down to 5, but we think we have a pretty good set for both the boys and the girls teams. 8 of the 10 players came in Wednesday night for the photo video shoots at the office. Social distancing, all those precautions were taking place, of course. And then we have 2 more coming in next Wednesday, and then Rosie's going to start working on the ones that we have very shortly, I think early next week. So we hope to have those out, before Christmas, Rosie. Oh, yeah, because Rosie goes on vacation around that time. So we got to make sure we get those all out. But an exciting thing. Brett, why don't you talk a little bit? I'll try to get those names here.
Well, actually, again, a text from my buddy about that Marquette-Wisconsin game. Marquette tipped in a missed free throw for the win. It was tied.
Oh, my.
So how about that? So congratulations. I know there are a lot of Marquette fans out there as well.
Wow.
Why can't you be fans of both?
I'm not.
Hey, by the way, your thoughts. This just came down before we were going to tip off here tonight. WIAA Executive Director Dave Anderson announced his retirement effective July 30th, 2021. That was announced in a closed session at the WIA's December meeting today. So congratulations to Dave Anderson as he gets set for retirement. Long-time member of the WIAA, but certainly
he's been the executive
well-deserved
director,
retirement.
Since 09, I want to say, or 08, one of those years. It was near the end of that first decade in the 2000s, but, heck of a year, right, for him. I wonder if he is – I mean, he is 67, Brett, so he was, in terms of retirement age, he was right there. You oversee a couple of cool things, right? I mean, we had, the basketball, girls basketball moved to the Resch with him under his administration. And then what are we looking at, too? Boys volleyball moved up to the Resch. A lot of good things that he did. There was some, obviously that's not without some controversy as, the whole anytime you have changing of conferences and that kind of stuff. And, the whole private school issue, that was a big thing not too long ago, Brett, that he had to traverse a little bit. I know the WIA took a lot of heat about the whole social media thing with the April Gale story. I know they took it kind of on the chin there. But I think for the most part, he was a positive addition at executive director for the WIA.
So it'll be interesting to see who takes over for Dave Anderson. But again, I'm sure it was a challenging year for him as well, and as it has been for so many people. But the WIA trying to do its best to provide a safe background, safe opportunities for these kids to play. I think they did a great job. I think all these schools, administrators, parents, coaches, everybody, to get through the fall season relatively unscathed. And I think we're going to see that this winter as well. And they even alluded to it in their December meeting today. It sounds like the state tournaments, the Cole Center is out for the boys basketball, the Resch is out for the girls basketball tournament. And it's probably going to be set up very similarly to what we saw in the fall with Division I. We'll be at a high school gym somewhere, Division II, and that's fine.
I think that's about as good of a setup as you can expect, given the conditions.
Yep.
And I know as being a part of the one for volleyball, it went very well. I thought the atmosphere was good.
Yep.
And the schools were, at least the one I dealt with, Wausau West, outstanding in how they put that together.
Yeah, I think everybody's sort of. It's just we've all adjusted to this, and hopefully, knock on wood, things are going to start to improve here in the not too distant future. So. Definitely challenging times, but when you're the governing body of state high school athletics during a pandemic, it's tough, no doubt about it. And I think they've met the challenge as best as they can and have.
Brett, if I could preview our Fab 5 here.
Go for it, yes.
Again, that's our Fab 5 digital showcase on the top senior basketball players in the Fox Valley area. When we say Fox Valley area, we're talking about the Green Bay Press-Gazette coverage area, Appleton Post-Crescent coverage area, Oshkosh Northwestern, and Fond du Lac Reporter. So up and down the valley. I guess you could say, for lack of a better way to describe it, the I-41 corridor, I guess you could say, right? But that's the team. We have both the boys and the girls. I'll rattle off the boys' team members. We start with Parker Lawrence from Hortonville, Sam Hayes from Wrightstown, Grant Asman from Kimberly, Preston Rudinger, the high-flying guard from Oshkosh Lourdes, and then the sharpshooter, Mason Dorn. I think he scored 37 points in his first game yesterday.
He was fun to watch
Seymour.
last year, yeah.
If you ever want to define a shooter, just a pure shooter,
scorer,
that is Mason Dorn. He looks like, I remember we talked about that. He just kind of has that lean, and in terms of going up and leaning in and getting that shot off. He reminds me a lot. I know this is a throwback. He reminds me a lot of like Glenn Robinson, the way he leaned into things, didn't look conventionally correct when he shot the ball.
Well, he kind of has a young baby face. Can I say
that?
Yeah,
I mean, he does.
He doesn't look like one of these guys that's a killer and wants to rip your heart out.
Right.
Next thing you know, he's got 25, 30 points. Like,
exactly.
Wow,
talented guy.
This guy do this, that.
So Lawrence, Hayes, Asman, and Rudinger, and Dorn, that's our Fab 5 boys team. Our Fab 5 girls team. Hey, it has 3,000-point scorers on it, Brett.
Nice.
Chloe Van Zeeling from Kokona, she just went over 1,000 points. Maddie Schreiber from Kimberly also went over 1,000 points. And just yesterday, Callie Genke from Freedom went over 1,000 points. And don't forget about Gabby Johnson, also from Freedom, is on the team. And then Sammy Opichka for, I hope I'm saying your name right, Opichka, from Notre Dame. Notre Dame just got the big win over Appleton East yesterday.
They got a big game coming up against the Kimberly girls.
Yes.
My buddy who texted that score against Fond du Lac. The Kimberly girls are a team that I think we're going to want to catch as well at some point. They look like they're loaded. Hortonville looks like they're going to be tough. A lot of great options on the boys and girls side this season. Can't wait. Hey, quick shout out from Clubhouse Live.
Yep.
That's our weekly Packer show, Mondays at 6:30. Virtual this season, obviously. You can watch it on clubhouselive.com. Any of our USA Today Network Wisconsin websites and Facebook pages. Just Google Clubhouse Live, and Alan Lazard, the Packers wide receiver, is our co-host this year. We're doing a little something different on Monday night. He's not bringing one guest, but two guests.
Yeah.
It's safety night. Darnell Savage and Adrian Amos are going to be our guests. You're not going to want to miss that. Should be a whole lot of fun, and we'll talk about how that game went down on Sunday against the Eagles.
I'm doing the safety dance. The safety dance, Rosie.
We had a little fun at Ricardo's expense this past one day because we had our annual Packers-Bears bet, and Ricardo had to wear the cheese head after Green Bay took down. They thrashed the Bears. But, yeah, Mondays at 6:30. You can ask questions in real time. Go to Facebook.com/Clubhouse Live. Give the page a like. There are opportunities to win some prizes, including some signed photos from Alan Lazard. I finally got those mailed to me the other day as well.
Finally got them back to you, huh?
Hey, let me run down the first half scoring, Ricardo, for the Freedom Irish. Lonegro with 3, Balk with a team-high 10, Midbon with 1, Quartz with 2, Van Kalster with 5, Benke with 3, Rupiper with 2. For the Wrightstown Tigers, Lammers with 3, Pelishek with 4, Jack Van Zeelen has 9 to lead his team, Jake Van Zeelen with 6, all coming from the line, a perfect 6 of 6. Redkowski with 2, and Hella with 2. And that takes us to where we're at, 26-26 here at the half. As we get ready for second half action. Again, thanks to everybody checking us out on postcrescent.com, greenbaypressgazette.com. Don't forget our YouTube channel. You can Google USA Today Network Wisconsin YouTube and find a whole bunch of replay videos as well. So we've got you everywhere.
And by the way,
you can't miss us.
Brett forgot to mention, look for the R&B Show podcast. I uploaded that earlier today. That will be found on iTunes, Stitcher, and Google Play. We talk prep sports, mostly prep sports, a little bit of Packer stuff. So please check it out, the R&B Show.
Oh, boy, here comes Van Kalster. Oh, nice close. Whoa, good hands and good speed, Ricardo, by Jacob Van Zeelen. I thought Van Kalster was going to have an easy little layup. Hello, doing a good job of just kind of screening his guy out. Getting that entry pass.
Just underway here in the second half. Freedom High School site of tonight's Northeastern Conference matchup, the visiting Wrightstown Tigers and the host Freedom Irish. I'm Ricardo Arguello, hanging out with Brett Christopherson, bringing you those high definition shots is Jim Rosandick. We call him Rosie. And it's Hansen.
Again, not forcing the issue,
No.
patient, working its offense against a very stingy Freedom defense. Tough take, good block, Benke with the block. Just getting his hand in the way and making sure he didn't crash too hard and draw a foul.
Yeah, Brady was patient on that one and able to deny it right by the basket as Van Kelster, no good.
Ooh, Peterson with a great offensive board to Benke and hits it. Wow. Peterson just went right up and grabbed it. And Benke, his second three, he's got 6. Van Kelster looking for the rebound, and let's see what the call is. That's going to go to the Irish. Hey, I mentioned Wrightstown winning 2 close games last year in this series. Freedom's last win over Wrightstown came, that was March 7th, 2019. Now, that was a Division III sectional semifinal at O'Connell Falls. The Irish topped the Tigers that afternoon, 58-47, then lost to Denmark in a sectional final. That was a really nice Denmark team.
Yeah, I remember that team. If I remember, did that Denmark team make it to the final?
No, they got beat right away.
Ah, yeah.
That was a fun group. I mean, I remember that sectional was wide open. There were so many good teams that could get hot, had the ability to get hot and make a run. I know Peshtigo had a nice team that lost in overtime to Wrightstown in a regional final. I actually saw that game. I watched it as a fan. That was with Mason Hazer with Wrightstown that year.
Well, that was just a great year overall. Was that the same year that we had McCabe and Kokona?
I think that was the year before. That was the year before. I'm talking 2019.
Oh, 2019.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was 2018. We're talking about Denmark.
I just remember that sectional was really wide open because you had Denmark, you had Wrightstown, you had Freedom, you had Little Shoot. And there's a 3.
Oh, yeah, you're right, Brady. It was the year before because I'm thinking of
Van Zeeland.
Valders, their run to the D3 championship. And they lost to the PD. I can't remember his name. He had the 3-point shot at the end to beat.
Oh, yeah.
Valders. I can't remember. I remember his name, but he was a good little player.
Yep. I think that was the year before.
Yeah, that was the year with Kokona and North winning the Division 2 and 1 titles, respectively.
But I remember looking at that D3 sectional that had Wrightstown, Freedom, Little Shoot, Denmark, Peshtigo. I mean, there was any one of those teams could get hot and go a long way. So it was wide open and really good basketball. Peterson going to go to the line, strong move, and looking for his first points of the night as Hansen now picks up his second foul for Wrightstown. Hard to believe Austin Peterson still looking to score.
There it is. Again, it's been close most of the game between these two rivals.
Yeah, what is the largest lead? Maybe a 6-point lead?
It was 8-2 at one point, yeah.
Yeah. I think maybe 15-9 at another, as I recall, as Peterson misses the second. Good hustle. That was Blake Courts chasing down that loose ball, and Peterson going to the line, a chance to complete a 3-point play. Ricardo, we said it before in the first half, hustle.
Not going to see that in the box
Not going to see the Courts hustle off that missed free throw, but he gets it back inside to Peterson, and now Peterson with the finish and a chance to knock down the free throw as Jake Van Zeeland picks up his third. Shooter's touch there for Peterson, and just like that, he's got 4 quick points.
It's a 4 quick point lead for Freedom. 33-29 over Wrightstown. Van Kelster playing very good defense on Hayes.
Hella and Peterson, that's a good matchup again underneath as well. Tough take and count the basket. That's Pelishek. Trying to see who they called that foul on. I think they called it on courts, I thought I heard. Oh, good hands by Peterson. Wow.
Brett, they got they have fouls over there if you want to check out the screen,
Yeah, I think that was on courts, the other end. And this is going to be a foul on number 5, Riley Like. So 4 fouls already for Wrightstown, just 1 for Freedom. A lot of game here still to play in the second half. Good game, 33-31 as you can see on your scoreboard. Van Kelster thinking about it. Going to stop and pop from about 17 and knocks it down. Van Kelster now with 7. Ooh, leaner, and that's Hayes. His first bucket of the season, Ricardo.
Yeah, his father was saying before that he still had some lingering injuries from the football season.
Well, how about a run of Luke Hayes, Zach Hayes, now Sam Hayes. Ball going to fire that. Oh, rims out, bounces out, rattles out. But the Hayes brothers, all 3 excellent players playing for their father. Deep 3 by Sam Hayes, hits it. And if you're John Myron and the Irish, you don't want to see that kid get hot. He didn't think anything about it. He took it.
Way out there, Brett, beyond NBA range.
Tough turnaround by Van Kelster, and it gets stuck up in the rim. Of course, Big Joe Hella. You could do that, Ricardo, right? You can knock that off the rim.
If it somehow gets stuck at the bottom of the net, I might be able to get it out.
I could do it.
Oh,
I need a Werner. I need a Werner ladder to climb up and do it.
I was going to say you need a little what do you call it? A little springboard that the mascots use at the NBA games. A little trampoline.
30-second timeout for the Irish now.
Well, with that 3-point basket, puts Wrightstown up by a point by Hayes. Brett, another lead change that's been several throughout the game is from these 2 teams.
According to the scoreboard, I have 4 timeouts left for the Irish, 6 for Wrightstown. Speaking of Hayes, I mentioned Coach Hayes, Corey Hayes, in his 23rd season coaching Wrightstown. Very successful run, of course, with the Tigers. Coached all 3 of his sons, as I mentioned, Sam here tonight, Luke and Zach, all starred for the Tigers. Still looking for that elusive first state tournament trip. I think last year's team was the one to do it. They were going to go. Van Kelster from the corner knocks it down. What a game. What a game this is.
10 points for Van Kelster as Wrightstown now down by 2. His 13-20 mark left in the second half.
First triple. Hayes was thinking about it. Good job by Hella to fight off Austin
Strong
Peterson
hand.
battling, and that's going to count. Oh, they said a travel.
Yes. Well, Hella was showing strong hands there, Brett, but took one too many steps. And that's a turnover for the Tigers now as Wrightstown looking to build on that 2-point lead.
Good interior defense making it tough. Hella's showing some strength to get that ball up. Van Kelster feeling it. No good. And look at Austin Peterson all over the place. Easy Hayes kind of,
yeah.
Hey, good hustle. But Wrightstown, don't you agree last year's team would have been the first,
yes.
I think they were going to beat Sheboygan Falls. And not having seen Sheboygan Falls, but Wrightstown really playing good basketball. They took down an excellent Xavier team in the sectional semifinals. His nice little shot fake. Hayes, no good. Offensive rebound.
Van Zielen right on the spot, though. But a turnover by Wrightstown.
Oh,
and
good.
then one by Freedom.
Yeah, good hustle by Jared Pelishek to knock that away. I thought there was a chance for a nice little bucket off the steal in a fast break, but Pelishek said no way. But again, Wrightstown's been close. They've been close. One of these times they're going to break through and make it to state. Too good of a program. Freedom's last state tournament trip, 1990. That's hard to believe, too. Look at up and under the big fella. Joe Hella with the basket, and we're tied up again.
Well, Brett, like I was saying before, last year, Wrightstown girls at the state tournament, Wrightstown boys, and then obviously the Wrightstown boys who should have made it to the state tournament, and then you have the wrestling team that actually won the state title. 3 teams in the winter claiming state championships, possibly for the Tigers last year.
Yeah. Short on that 3 ball. Hella with the rebound. That was Midbond with the miss. We
had a lot of teams, Brett, that would have been able to pop through possibly to state as that turnover now for Wrightstown, their 4th of the half.
Van Kelster intercepting that. Ball, he's going to go in and can't get it to fall, but he's going to the line.
We had Kimberly boys, Neenah boys. I want to say we're missing another boys team in there. Kaukauna, and then Hortonville in Division 2.
Yes.
Made it to the sectional final level.
Oh.
That would have been a lot of fun.
And who would have thought back then we'd still be dealing with this here in December as Ball hits his first. He's got 11 now. But yeah, Freedom, I think just 2 trips to state. 1990, you can see the championship banner across from us. That's the last time Freedom has made it down to Madison on the boys' side. Class B state champions. Dan Valentine, the head coach. Jim Bartles, the star of that team, ended up playing at the University of Iowa. As Ball calmly hits both, and Freedom now back on top by 2.
Tigers have been playing a lot closer in the second half here, Brett, but they've always, I don't think they've ever gotten more than a 2-point lead. As Freedom has always been able to stop any kind of run that they've been able to have.
That's going to be the 3rd on Van Kelster. That's a good matchup between him and Hayes.
11-11 left here in the second half. 40-38 lead for Freedom.
Looking at the team fouls, 5 for Wrightstown, just 2 for Freedom. So Freedom in good shape.
Timeout for Wrightstown.
And a 30-second timeout, coming up for the Tigers.
So I'll update my Twitter quick.
Talking about Corey Hayes' success at Wrightstown, but we got to talk about what John Myron has done here at Freedom. John, in his 4th season here as the Freedom head coach, he has guided the Irish to a 57-18 mark during his tenure here, and looking to lead his squad, Ricardo, to a 3rd straight 20-plus win season. Freedom also went 21-5 in 2019. I mentioned 20-4 last year. Myron, before Freedom, head coach at Schwabenon, we all know that, and of course, longtime coach just down the road at Kimberly High School. He led the Papermakers to back-to-back WIAA Division II state championships. That was in 1994-95. He was also an assistant under Mickey Martin at Little Chute, part of those great Mustang state qualifying teams in 2011 and 2013. Turner Botts, Kenny Lowe, especially that 2013 team. 2011 team that had Connor DeBruin, Nick Amon, Rick Hammond. Good teams that Coach Myron has been involved with as well.
Unfortunately, they ran into those great Aquinas teams.
Aquinas, Racine St. Catherine was down there too.
Was it Aquinas? What was the team with the Badger kid on it?
That was 2013 when they took on Bronson Koenig with Lacrosse Aquinas.
That's what it was.
I think they lost in the state semis in 2011 to Racine St. Catharines. That had Jordan Faust. How about Balk? Wow. And then Koenig and Aquinas knocked him out in the state semifinals in 2013. But
Little should always have that win over Diamond Stone.
Yeah, remember we streamed that game. That's right.
And what team was that?
Kenny Lowe took him to school that night. I remember that. That was a packed gym. Good memories. Good for you to remember that. I'd forgotten about that game. Tyson Lonegro picks up the foul for the Irish. But, yeah, both of these coaches involved with a lot of good programs over the years. As tough leaner for Hayes. And out of bounds going to Freedom. He even had some pretty good players at Schwabenon. I'm blanking on one in particular. I thought he went to play at Northern Iowa. Was it Cook? Maybe somebody can tweet me at PC Brett C. Remind me.
Your brain's getting a little foggy.
My aging brain. As I said before the game, I might need some glasses here pretty soon. I refuse to give in yet, though. Starting to work that trombone as I'm trying to read. Boy, how did that not fall for Jace Midbon? Rimmed out. The Tigers down 4 with a chance to cut that deficit down. Van Zielen's going to spot up. He's been hot, just short. Rebound, though, for the Tigers. That's Hansen now. Hits it. Offensive rebounding, Ricardo.
Always big, Brett, giving offenses a couple more chances.
Is that Lamers, I think? I think Lamers was the one who had the offensive rebound. Now here's the 6th team foul coming up, though, against Wrightstown.
Yeah, it was Lamers, Brett.
With the rebound and then kicking over to Hansen. Looking at this half, 1, 2, 3 triples for the Tigers. Jack Van Zielen, Hansen, and Hayes. Lamers picks up the first for him, but again, team foul, 6 for Wrightstown, 3 for Freedom.
Neither team really able to go on any kind of backbreaking
No.
run, but that's because they're both pretty
evenly matched
teams for
rivals. Yep. I mean, this isn't a surprise. Both teams play good defense, patient offense. Good ball movement, swinging it is Van Kalster. Ooh, this is going to be a travel. No, jump ball, okay. Van Kalster wants a foul. I know he took some steps, but he was tied up.
Sure. 9-12 left here in the second half, 42-41 lead for Freedom.
Well, when we saw these two teams play in football win in overtime, how about the same for basketball?
Little hoops OT.
Let's do it. Good ball movement again. That was a good look for Jack Van Zielen. Another offensive rebound. Look at this. Van Zielen, Jake Van Zielen. And Ricardo, offensive rebounds, 5 points.
Yeah, I mean, I have Wrightstown with a small lead this half in rebounding, 5-3.
So a little 5-point run there thanks to some big offensive rebounds. Balk's going to spot up. He's been red hot. Nails it. What a game for Austin Balk.
17 points.
7 this half. And that's his 3rd three-pointer of the night. Hella.
Working so hard.
Now, how about that rebound there by Rupiper? What I like about Balk's game, Ricardo, he doesn't force it.
No.
He picks his spots, and he's been almost perfect tonight. Look at Rupiper with the left hand. He's got 4.
Yeah, Hella, that's a tough match for Hella because Rupiper able to make some space for himself, Brett, and put in a relatively easy one-hander.
Jack Van Zielen kind of had a double clutch that shot. Pretty good defense by Freedom, and that's going to be a foul, blocking foul against, I think that'll be number 21. If so, if that's Jake Van Zielen, that's going to be his 4th. And is that Van Kalster down on the floor? He tumbled pretty hard.
That was Van Zielen who went down too, Jack Van Zielen.
So Jake Van Zielen picks up his 4th. Bonus free throws coming up, and good time out here for Freedom to let Van Kalster sort of walk that off here a little bit.
4-point lead for the Irish. Could be a couple more points here too. That would, with possession so important here as we go down the line. 7:31 left here in the second half.
Well, this is a good way to kick off or tip off our basketball streams. A heck of a battle here.
Gonna update my Twitter again. Follow me at PC Ricardo, Brett at PC Brett, C Rosie at Metal Rosie.
You know, the Freedom girls, they were practicing when we came in. They have a big game against Hortonville tonight. I don't know if you can maybe find that score.
Yeah.
That's a kind of a rescheduled game, I think. And that's a nice matchup. I have to think, guys, that the basketball schedule is going to be very similar to the football schedule fluid. It's going to change.
Brett, thankfully, Rose Myron on Twitter saying, hey, I think the actual Abaddon player you were thinking of is Kyle Monroe.
Kyle Monroe, that's right.
Went on to play Michigan Tech. Thank you so much, Rose.
Thank you, Rose.
For the assist.
Yes, that's right. When
She's our peak performer of the night.
Yeah,
right. The assist.
Right when I heard the name, like, yep, that's it. Cook might have been there, but was there a Cook there that was before Monroe? Rose? I believe so. And Van Kalster, 1-1, bonus the rest of the way. And misses the front end. 4-point lead for the Irish. They're going to get Peterson. Yeah. Pretty good seal out by Hella. Peterson had a reach, and he's going to pick up his fourth team foul for Freedom. You know what I've noticed about these two head coaches? It doesn't matter if they're wearing masks. They can still yell. You can still hear them through their mask.
That's true.
They both have big voices. You can't muzzle either of them. Hayes thought maybe he was going to elevate on that catch. But now Hansen's going to swing it out, and Wrightstown will reset. Hella going to go to work. Nope, kicks it back out. 3-ball. That was no good by Lamers.
Look at Hayes.
Yep, battling.
Hard.
Up and can't get it to fall. Who's going to get it? Somehow the ball is staying in, and Corey Hayes is a timeout. I thought there was a scrum going on, but he's going to get the timeout. So Wrightstown with possession of the loose ball, and Coach Hayes calls it. You see John Myron in front of us, kind of like his arms out, saying, "Did he have possession of the ball?" Referee said yes, and Wrightstown gets the timeout, down 4 with the basketball. Gives me a chance to mention our live streams coming up. We'll be at West De Pere High School next Friday as the Phantoms host Xavier in what should be a fun Bay Conference boys game. Live coverage will tip off at approximately 7 p.m. That's always give or take depending on what happens with the JV game. And then the next night, that's next Friday, the West De Pere Xavier game. Then the next night we're going to catch our first girls game as Appleton East, top ranked preseason in Division I, takes on Bayport at Appleton East. Bayport, of course, I guess still the defending Division I state champs, aren't they? Also, the Pirates advanced to state last year as well. And again, live coverage for that one will be around 7 or 7:15 p.m. So 2 fun games coming up next week as Hayes, little shot fake, can't get it to fall, and Peterson with the rebound. And then the following week, looking to do the big Kimberly-Nina boys matchup. I think that's a Friday night, and maybe if we can swing it, try to do Kimberly and Kaukauna as well. So that's some good games coming up, taking us into the holiday break. Good take by Van Kalster. Ricardo just couldn't get it to fall.
A couple of empty possessions for both teams, Brett, up and down the court here as the Irish nursing that 4-point lead. Plenty of time, though, as another empty possession. I was going to stay with Wrightstown.
Yeah, Lamers took it to the rack pretty hard, but good defense for Freedom inside.
6:18 left here in the second half. 47-43 lead for Freedom. Hansen with that 3-pointer, no good. Back-to-back rebounds.
Looking at the scoreboard now.
Peterson.
Sorry, guys. It says 4 timeouts for the Irish on the scoreboard, so we're going to kind of, in 3 now for Wrightstown. Try to get that situated here. Wow.
Van Kalster.
That's his second triple. He's got 13 points. And that's the largest lead for anybody tonight. Is Wrightstown now going to burn another timeout or not? Nope, just a sub. So, Ricardo, big spot for the Tigers, down 7.
Yeah, with these possessions at such a premium, you really got to take each one of these very seriously. As Hayes.
Good defense, though, by Van Kalster. I think Hayes, he's going to look to shoot wherever he's on the floor, and that was a good closeout by Van Kalster, using his long body to make Hayes think twice.
Well, not surprisingly, great defense by Freedom. That's kind of been Myron's MO, right?
Yeah, and Hella, speaking of Hayes, the Tigers can play some defense too. Hayes doing a good job of fronting Peterson with some backside help. Some good battles on both sides, individual battles.
Balk.
Van Kalster again feeling it. Nope. Here comes Van Zielen down the floor. Oh, little give and go. Backdoor move by Hayes, and that's in.
Boy, they needed that in the worst way. Brett cuts that lead down to 5. We're nearing the 5-minute mark.
All 7 points for Hayes that half. Nice little backdoor cut along the baseline, and Hayes, a tough finish inside. I think I'd try to get Balk a shot here. He's been the difference to me.
Definitely on both sides of the court.
Yeah.
He's a very active defender and has a good head on his shoulders
Yes.
in terms of the offensive game.
Good passer, good vision. I mean, he was in traffic there to find. Look at that. He finds Blake Courts. What a pass by Balk.
Good interior defense by Freedom, Brett. Wrightstown retains possession, though.
8-point lead, the largest for Freedom. Hayes thought about it. He's going to go inside. Scoop shot, no good. Nice rebound by Peterson. And now if you're Freedom, Ricardo, you're up 8. 4 minutes to play. Easier said than done, but what's the rush? You just sort of milk the clock here a little bit.
Yeah, definitely the largest lead for the Irish all game.
There's no reason. Okay, and Van Kalster, he's going to take it anyway. I was going to say, really no reason to rush a shot. I think Coach Myron is saying the same thing. Hansen, nope. Look at Hayes with the rebound. Can't get it to fall, and they're going to call the foul on the floor. So Van Kalster, Ricardo, picks up his 4th. 5 team fouls for Freedom, 7 for Wrightstown. Hayes, tough shot.
Way short on that, Brett. I wonder how much fatigue plays a factor.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's different having football legs and basketball legs.
Yep, and then with some injuries, as you mentioned.
He's been kind of nursing that groin area in terms of like an injury from the football season, so he's probably gassed a little bit, I'm guessing. 3:35 left here in the second half, 53-45 lead for Freedom. Irish close to getting a big win here early on in the NEC season.
Well, again, next week we'll be hopefully, as I said, schedules are going to be fluid, so we have to be adjustable as well. But the plan right now, West Appear hosting Xavier boys next Friday night. That should be a fun one up the road at West Appear High School. And then we'll check out a really nice girls matchup the next night, Saturday night, as Appleton East hosts Bayport.
Wow, Kimberly boys hoops. Brett, they're up. The score's 100-60 with 4:10 to go over Fond du Lac.
Ooh, wow.
They've already cleared the century mark. It's an NBA score.
What is going on with Fond du Lac? The boys and girls side, they're getting throttled by the Papermakers tonight. That's a very basketball. A lot of history in that town.
Back when I was a sports editor, they were, at least on the boys' side, they're making state tournaments and stuff with Travis Diener, things like that.
They had some good girls teams back in the day, too, right around that time. Well, it feels like it's now or never for Wrightstown. See if the Tigers can force some timeouts, but again, up 8. And I'm guessing that Coach Myron probably told his guys, don't rush shots. Great feed. Is Peterson, though, blocked? I think maybe Hella got his hand on it. Van Zielen's going to kick it out. 3 ball, no good. Pretty good look. Hella with the rebound. Jack Van Zielen with the miss before. Hansen going to go up. Tough take. Count the basket.
That was big, Brett. It's a potential three-point play if Hansen can convert on this.
I like the aggressiveness, Ricardo. Instead of just settling for threes, take it to the rack. Try to get to the line. Stop the clock.
I mean, he hits this, Brent. It's down to a 2-possession. Well, it's a 2-possession game right now.
Yeah, 6-point game. Courts whistled for that foul, and Hansen with a chance to chip away. Can't get it to fall. Hansen 5 points all this half. Oh, Van Kel, the defense just sort of left, and then Peterson, offensive rebound and the putback. That's a big basket for the Irish. Hansen double teamed. He's in trouble. And they're going to call jump ball.
It is, yeah.
Freedom's ball.
They initially called a foul, but I think one of the side ref there called it a jump ball, had a better angle at it. (55-47) lead for Freedom.
Go against that pressure. Balk with the basketball. Did a good job. Get it across the timeline. And there's a double team in the corner. And John Myron wants a timeout. He was right behind the official.
Smart timeout.
Yep.
2:30 left here in the second half. 55-47 lead for Freedom. Again, I'll have to update my Twitter quick.
Give me a follow at PC Bretzi. Ricardo's at PC Ricardo. Rosie is at Metal Rosie, METALROSIE. Again, don't forget Clubhouse Live Monday night. That's our Packers show. Virtual this season. In a regular season, we would be live at the Clubhouse Sports Pub and Grill in downtown Appleton. That's inside the Paper Valley Hotel. But virtual this year, you can watch it on postcrescent.com, greenbaypressgazette.com, any of the Facebook pages, Packers News, clubhouselive.com. Anywhere you want to check out the show, just Google it, Clubhouse Live. Alan Lazard, our co-host this season, the Packers wide receiver, and he's bringing on Darnell Savage and Adrian Amos on Monday. Again, that's 6:30. You can ask questions in real time, either on our Facebook sites or there's a live chat on our websites that's paired with the stream.
Interesting text from Kurt Hogue, our brother down the Milwaukee area. Patrick Baldwin goes down hollering and holding his left leg.
Oh, boy.
After landing awkwardly on a dive to the rim.
That's not good.
Sussex Hamilton, one of the best teams in the state.
One of the top recruits in the country.
Yes.
A lot of offers towards Patrick Baldwin. Boy, I hate to hear that.
His dad is the coach at UW Milwaukee.
Yeah, I was half hoping he would choose UW Milwaukee.
I'd love it. You know, I'd love it.
Freedom now playing a little keep away. We'll have to keep an eye on what happened to Baldwin. Hopefully it's nothing too serious.
Van Calster. Balk. Look at him.
Yeah, he's
such
just
a good player. Very heady player.
Yeah, very quick. Another nice guard coming through. Remember Zach Mashlin, the previous point guard? He was outstanding as well. So Pelishik picks up the foul, and that's the 8th team foul. So Van Calster still in the 1-and-1. Van Calster with 13 points. Make it 14.
Important free throw that made it a 3-possession game, Brett.
Ten-point lead now for the Irish. Freedom well in command, looking to go to 2-0 on the season. Hayes, good take off the glass. And now if you're Wrightstown, you got to pressure like crazy and hope you could get a turnover and maybe a jump ball. What are we going to get? A foul instead. Nine points for Sam Hayes all this half.
I think there was a stretch there, Brett, where The Tigers went 3 or 4 possessions without a bucket. I think that really hurt them and allowed Freedom, I should say that kind of sparked Freedom to have this little run here at the end. But you have to credit the Freedom defense as much as the inefficiency of the Wrightstown offense, Brett.
Balk now with 18 points, perfect from the line, 3 of 3. 3 3-pointers on the night, just excellent on both ends of the floor, make it 19 points.
Yeah, Brett, so anyway, Wrightstown led at 1 point, 43-42, and it's been a 17-6 run for Freedom ever since. Wow, you don't hear little men at work played mostly at high schools, but I'm enjoying this. 1:18 left in the second half, Brett, and it looks like Freedom, they're in the driver's seat here, 10-point lead.
Yeah, that little stretch. A little flurry there in the second half, and just kind of looking at the scoring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different players have scored for the Irish. Wrightstown's going to be a different team, though, too, when Sam Hayes gets his legs under him and gets healthy, more into a rhythm, more into a groove. These two teams will battle each other for the NEC top spot. And I imagine the second go-round will be close as well. Look at Hansen, nice little hook shot there. How about that? Little ball fake one way, spin, and a little hook. I could see you doing that in the paint.
Little scoop-de-loop. .106 left in the second half. Thank you everyone for checking out our game tonight, Brett.
Yeah.
Nice to be back, and this is one of many games throughout this winter season.
Yeah, we'll hopefully be busy. Let's hope the schedule stays for the most part fairly concrete, but again, we know there's going to be some hiccups along the way. 2 timeouts for Wrightstown, 1 for Freedom. A good look at Coach John Myron there, talking to his guys on how to close out this last 66 seconds of this one. 8-point lead for the Irish.
Brett, you ever have a Vegemite sandwich?
No, sir.
My uncle did when he was over in Australia for the Navy. Said it was terrible.
Really?
Yeah. But they love that over there. All those crazy Aussies.
Heard it's a nice place to visit.
As long as you stay away from the outback.
Ooh, that's a long trip.
Yeah. Oh. I'd love to go there, though.
Long
the
trip.
next 10 years, it'd be nice to make a trip down there. Yes. Live life on the edge, Rosie. Everything's dangerous, Rosie was saying down there.
Yeah, that's why I don't want to go there. Too many scary animals, reptiles.
Like kangaroos?
Well, I think you can just box those things, can't you? Whoa, Balk tripped up by Hansen. Hansen making sure that Balk didn't fall down. So that's the 10th team foul, so double bonus now for Austin Balk, who's got 19, trying to hit that 20 mark. He doesn't miss.
Just an underrated player, in my opinion. I mean, he does everything well. Really makes this team go.
Yeah, I feel like he's kind of the glue of this group. Just doesn't make mistakes, or certainly didn't tonight. Doesn't try to force the issue, and
no drop off on the defensive end either.
No,
he's very active.
Good handles, quick feet on both ends. That's going to be a turnover.
So early season game is a tough game for Wrightstown, but yeah, like you said, Brett, they'll be there at the end because this team has a lot of talent. Just got to get their basketball legs up under them.
You know what's interesting too is we're doing this obviously in December. Next thing you know, it's gonna be like mid-January and they're playing each other again. It's like, man, they already went through the conference season one time through, and it just flies by. So Van Kalster now shooting 2, looking to add to his big night as well. Impressed with him. I'm impressed with a lot of these kids actually from both sides. You hate to single one out like we've done with Austin Balk with Freedom, but Van Kalster obviously a key part to what they want to do. Very talented. Austin Peterson. You see some of the big guys, Root Piper underneath, and Courts and Eckes played a little bit, so got some depth on this Freedom team. Benke. So fall on Matthew Hansen's going to put the Irish back to the line. Looks like Van Kalster again, and Van Kalster with 17, looking to add to his big night.
You know, Austin Peterson, Brett, only 6 points, but he had 7 rebounds.
Brings a physical toughness to this.
all of them in the second half.
Yeah.
So that was very big because I know that was able to keep Wrightstown from having some second chance opportunities.
6 of 7 Van Kalster from the line so far. Again, Coach Myron's got pieces, to bring in. He's got a Trevor Rupiper who's 6'5". He's got a Ryan Eckes who's 6'9". He's got length. He's got some strength. It'll be very interesting to see how this all plays out, and once we get to February and the seedings and that the Wrightstown Tigers, Ricardo, are going to be a different club later on in the year as well. They're going to be a tough out.
25-8 run to close out this game, Brett, so far for Freedom. One time it was 43-42. Tigers with the lead.
Van Kalster 7 of 8 from the line for his night, and there's a basket by number 25, Ethan Mullmans. And Ricardo Freedom's just going to run things out here, the final 5 seconds. And that's how this one is going to end. Freedom with the victory, 65-53 tonight. Good game here in the Northeastern Conference, and a good game for us to open up another season of a Varsity Game of the Week Prep basketball live streams.
Absolutely. Brett, if I can talk real quick about the teams. Wrightstown, again, like I mentioned earlier, this is going to be one of those things where Wrightstown will be just fine. They're one of the preseason top 10 teams. Freedom's right there as well. But Wrightstown, they're just kind of transitioning off that the football season. So is Freedom, but I think Wrightstown, some of their guys aren't back healthy yet. And I think they're going to be just fine.
It'll be a different team.
Yeah, it'll be a different team next month. As for Freedom, boy, oh boy, they're fun to watch. And Brett, that depth like you talked about, when you're able to bring 6'4", 6'5", 6'9" kids off the bench, that's not something you usually see at the Division III level. And those kids weren't stiffs. They were out there competing. They had good footwork. They had potential to really be contributors, Brett, off the bench. I think that really makes Freedom a team to watch there. I think the height difference between the two teams was really, really visible.
Yeah, I agree. 100%. But, again, I think you're right. It's always really interesting, at least from my vantage point, and I know you feel the same way, that just the evolution of these teams and how they continue to grow. Early season basketball, you can't get too much of a read on what's going on, but as these teams continue to practice, get acclimated to COVID-19 and the restrictions that are in place, the safety protocols, playing with a mask, and just getting guys back healthy in a rhythm, it's going to be really interesting to see how these two teams match up again later in the season, and I wouldn't be surprised if they play each other a third time.
You can pretty much guarantee it. I think that'll happen for sure.
You got something coming up? Do you have what's the game plan as far as covering this, and then you got like your column, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna do. Well, actually, the column will be for next week. I don't have that football column I used to do every Saturday, but it's been replaced with more of a prep notes thing coming up. I want to do a story though, and I want to ask some of the kids here about playing with the masks on, how that's kind of changed, if that's changed anything. So I'm gonna ask a couple of the kids here tonight about that, and kind of wrap this up a little bit too as we do the online version. So check it out. We're going to have that up later tonight, possibly with a quote or two and the box score. under the roundup, the Friday sports results. So look for it on postcrescent.com.
All right, so that sounds good. So check it out, postcrescent.com.
Brett, we'll do this again next week, my friend.
Yeah, we'll do it again. 2 games coming up next week, and I'll talk about that here in a second. But let me run down the scoring before we sign off. First for the victorious Irish, Lonegro with 3, Balk with a game-high 21, Midbond with 1, Peterson with 6, Courts with 5, Van Kalster with 19, Banky with 6, and Root Piper with 4. For the Wrightstown Tigers, Lamers with 3, Pelishek with 6, Jack Van Zeelen finishes with 12, Hansen with 7, Jake Van Zeelen with 8, Hayes with 9, Ratkowski with 2, Mullimans with 2, and Hella with 4. With a victory, Freedom 2-0 on the season overall, 2-0 in the Northeastern Conference. And next up for the Irish, they're at Wapaka next Thursday in a Northeastern Conference matchup. Tip-off is set for 7 p.m. Wrightstown falls to 1-1 overall and 0-1 in the Northeastern Conference. The Tigers back in action on Tuesday at home against Fox Valley Lutheran. That, too, is a Northeastern Conference matchup. Tip-off set for 7 p.m. As for us, we'll next be at West Appear High School. That's next Friday night as the Phantoms host Xavier, in what should be a fun Bay Conference boys basketball matchup. Live coverage will tip off at approximately 7 p.m. And then we're also scheduled to live stream the big Appleton East Bayport girls basketball showdown the following night. That's next Saturday night. That's at Appleton East High School. Patriots preseason #1 in Division I, while Bayport has advanced to the state tournament in each of the past 2 seasons. Live coverage for that one will begin at about 7 or 7:15 p.m. Remember, you can access our previous Game of the Week live streams on our USA Today Network Wisconsin websites. Just go to the sports section and scroll down until you see the Watch Our Varsity Game of the Week Prep live streams link. So for Rosie and Ricardo and the crew with USA Today Network Wisconsin, I am Brett Christopherson saying so long from Freedom High School, where once again the final score tonight, Freedom 65, Wrightstown 53. Thanks for watching, everybody.